Court is in session, building the case with your Honorable Judge Donnie Rightside here in the sportsbookreview.com courtroom. A very important court case, and this is the first of a doubleheader in NFL action on Saturday, which we will make a ruling on both games, two separate videos here. Most important game right now, we're going to talk about 101-102, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, the day before Christmas Eve. Now, before we get into any of this and bring you fellas in to the sportsbookreview.com courtroom, you know this is a trial that is going to be judged specifically by me, building the case. But again, before we get into this, as you guys know, I went to John Jay University, and that's where I was able to become a judge and become a lawyer and pass the bar. One time during the holiday season, I passed a man on the street, very wise, behind his years. And you know what he told me? Hold on. He said to me, "Son, it's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, rice and stuffing, macaroni and cheese, and Santa putting gifts under Christmas trees." Folks, that has stuck with me all these years. Very influential man. We won't release his name again here, but very influential. Let's get back to the case, folks. We have a lot to go over. 101-102, Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. Why would you say, Judge, would you answer the call for this case? Because it's football, folks. It's Saturday. It's a doubleheader in the NFL. This is why I became a judge, to rule on these type of games. If we take a look at 101-102, 57% of the public currently coming in on the Baltimore Ravens. The line is, it sits right now at the time of taping, minus 13.5 with an over-under of 41. Let's get into the specifics, people out there. The attorney generals from both cities, Baltimore and Indianapolis, have handed over some very thoughtful information that we'll go over to make sure if it fits. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Indianapolis 3-11 on the season, very bad season. 6-8 against the spread, so they're hanging around there. Chuck strong, people. 2-5 though against the spread away. 5-0 under in their last 5 football games. That is a key tip here. Indianapolis 9-1 last 10 against the spread versus Baltimore. Folks, you know what time it is. Strike that from the record, folks. Strike that from the record. Andrew Luck's not playing in this football game. Jacoby Brissett is irrelevant. Baltimore on the other side, 8-6 on the season, fighting, folks, for a playoff spot. 8-5-1 against the spread. They're making people the money out there. 3-3 against the spread at home. And catch this, over in Baltimore, 7 of last 10 home games. They're scoring some points at home, but folks, come on. Let's get to the point here. Let's, as Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, let's get serious. Let me put my glasses on for this here. Now, let's get back to the game itself, folks. Indianapolis, last 5 football games. What's the common theory here? Offense isn't scoring, folks. Pittsburgh, 17 points. Tennessee, 16 points. Jacksonville, 10 points. Buffalo, 7 points. The Denver Broncos, 13 points. Where's the motivation here, guys? Where is the motivation for the Indianapolis Colts going on the road on a short work week when they're out of the playoffs? The head coach is probably going to be gone. Jacoby Brissett's probably going to be on another football team, maybe a little self-preservation mode. Now, the one thing I do give it to Baltimore, last 3 games, a lot of scoring, 44-20, 39-38, but 27-10 versus a bad Cleveland football team and a team out of it. That's 37 total points. That's going to be under the total here and certainly covering the spread. If we go back, we saw Green Bay struggling with a quarterback and an offense that didn't know where it was going. What was that score, folks, with Baltimore? 23-0. Covered the spread and also kept that football game under. Same thing with Houston, 23-16. That's 39 points in that football game. What are we looking at here today, folks? A 41 as an over-under in this game. Now look, one piece of evidence I would like to bring in. I was sent this over by Jim Irsay a little bit earlier in the week, owner of the Colts. I don't take bribes. So I'm going to put this right back under the desk, and we're going to send this back to UPS. As another one of my famous friends said, don't be mad, UPS is hiring. Irrelevant to the situation, but thought I'd like to know that I'm well known throughout the New York City area. Folks, I think we're ready to make a ruling on this football game when you look at it. Everybody is banged up from both sides of the football. One team doesn't want to be here. Weather, Saturday in Baltimore, folks, 62, 63 degrees. Some precipitation maybe, and a little bit of wind out there. Here's what I'm looking at in this football game, folks. The Indianapolis Colts that struggle to score, continue to get banged up each and every week. How many points are we going to score in this football game for the Colts, people? And if you're looking at it from a Baltimore betting perspective, do you want to lay almost 14 points here with the Baltimore Ravens and Joe Flacco? Case and point here in building the case. Baltimore needs to win this football game. No style points out there. Indianapolis is going home for the holidays. They're actually getting a little bit of treat here, folks, on Saturday, where they don't have to play on Christmas Eve. They can fly home. They just want to see the kids. They want to grab the babies, kiss the babies on the cheek, say hello to their wives and girlfriends, and move on into next year, where maybe there are greener pastures. We're ready to make a ruling here today, folks. Everybody surround, Attorney Generals, good job bringing the information forward here in the court system. I'm going to make a ruling right now. Forget about it taking a side in this football game. Take the under 41 with Baltimore and Indianapolis. Take the overbackers away. This has been SportsbookReview.com's Building the Case with Judge Donnie Rightside. For everything that you need in the NFL action, always check out SportsbookReview.com.